Everyone gets to tell their story. This is Through Their Eyes, a series on J&J Talks podcast, where we have entrepreneurs and content creators from all over the world come and tell the world what it is like through their eyes. This is their story. This is their perspective on J&J Talks podcast.
This is Through Their Eyes, where entrepreneurs and content creators from all over the world fly just to come on J&J Talks podcast. This is part 1 of Through Their Eyes. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe for more better content just like this. What's going on, guys? This is Junior Handy back with another episode, but this one's way different, guys. You want to know why? Because we're running another episode of Through Their Eyes, and we have, as always, with me, co-host
Jose Avila. Welcome back, guys.
Yeah, but today we have the privilege of sitting down with not just anyone, guys, but I ran across the really big entrepreneur, successful in my eyes, content creator, businessman. I'm not going to go any further into this because I want him to tell his own story, but this is Cracka Lack. Welcome to the podcast, man.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming on.
Yes, J&J Talks podcast.
Yeah, the one and only Canadian podcast.
Let's go. I like the screen right here, too.
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. A lot of editing for this one.
Really?
Yeah. Trying to give the people what they deserve. A great episode, right?
Yeah. The prep work is what makes you stand out.
Exactly. The people see the work. They see the grind and the hustle and all that great stuff.
Absolutely.
So I want to start this episode off with, how's life treating you? You know?
Good. So I've been to Canada once in my life. That was maybe, 6-7 years ago? 8 years ago. Didn't have a good experience. Mm-hmm. And then we're here this weekend for, honestly, like celebrating Valentine's Day. Okay. It was like a 5...
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes, happy Valentine's
thank you.
Day.
Yeah, same to you guys. But yeah, we came here enjoying Toronto. So far, what I posted, I said...
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of gay. Not really. I'll let you know.
Kind of gay, kind of not gay. Yeah. I'll report back tomorrow.
It's true. In the wintertime, I don't think Toronto's a nice place.
Okay. No, Toronto's...
Like, from up high, scenery-wise, it's beautiful.
Okay.
But from down low, it's cold. Everyone's mad. They want to get home from work, you know?
Yeah, it's a lot of traffic, especially like where we're staying is like downtown. Just to like go to the car and drive a few miles is like a 45-minute process, and
it's crazy.
That's what I meant by like kind of gay.
Yeah,
and then kind of not, because like we have a cool view and you can see the whole city, and it's Toronto and
yeah. Well, when you were telling me a specific time you were going to be here, I already kind of knew, Toronto
what is it,
traffic.
1 hour late?
Yeah. not much. I've had people show up hours late. So.
Okay.
Or not at all.
Yeah, or not. Facts.
I am here. And we are live.
Exactly. So, I want to start on basically your early grind, your origin story. Before the internet, what were you chasing specifically? In a sense,
I'd say in the beginning I wanted to be a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
That was the thing.
Yeah,
like being a rapper.
Yeah.
Who
didn't want to be a rapper?
Did you have any like rap background?
I used to rap, but I actually went into the whole beatboxing industry.
Oh, okay.
I'm a professional beatboxer.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to hear something.
You're probably like, what? There's no way, but yeah, like ladies and gentlemen, listen up.
Let's go.
Things like that.
Hell yeah.
I've been messing with it for a long time, like 15 years?
Give or take, maybe a little longer.
How long have you guys known each other?
Long time.
Oh,
16, 17 years?
17 years.
Okay, did you guys go to school together?
We just met on the streets, basically.
Yeah.
Met on the streets?
Good old downtown Kitchener.
Yeah, it's like teenagers.
Days.
Young teenagers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to, downtown, there's a big old clock tower downtown Kitchener, and we used to always hang out there with a whole bunch of guys and women. Just a big crew. It was like almost like a family, basically, you know what I mean? And then we all kind of separated, but me and him, we always just kept in touch.
Okay.
So sad.
Yeah.
It's true though. Yeah, I've known this guy for a long time. He's one of my good buddies.
Okay. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to do a piece of short form content after this, doing something with your beatboxing. That's cool.
100%. I'd love to.
Is that like a party trick that you?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, legit. You know, when I go to a lot of parties, there's always like those people out there like, what do you do for a living, or do you have any like talents? And it's always been my thing: breakdancing and beatboxing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I do everything from like the turntable, like, or like yo, or music's like.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm impressed for real.
Or like.
Okay, that's the most impressive one right there. That was more impressive than that.
You gotta up it. You know, you start on the crappiest and go up from there.
No, that's awesome.
Thank you, man.
Speaking of, like, when you said breakdancing, that made me think of we got married. Oh
Yeah, move the table, start spinning.
We've been married for what, almost 5 years?
Yeah.
And one of my like random ideas were I want to learn how to crip walk and I want to crip walk down the aisle. I didn't learn how to do it, but like that was like a thing that I wanted to learn how to do. That was going to be my party trick. Or something.
Walking into the room like, hey, what's up? You know?
It's like, I can crip walk.
Exactly.
But I can't.
Is it because you have no like rhythm, or is it just you never actually taught yourself?
I just never taught myself.
Never taught yourself.
I think when
you have to teach them.
Yeah, when I try to do it, it looks like I'm doing an exercise. Versus, like, it doesn't flow.
What is this man doing over
Is
here?
he doing jumping jacks?
Yeah. Well, okay, so, like I asked you, chasing your dreams and all that stuff. When did you think this was your path? Like the whole, like, I guess you can start on your rapping. When did you think that was your path?
Well, I'd say when I was 15, that's when I started rapping, making beats, learning how to record music. Mm-hmm. So that was like my first exposure to it. And I've always had very compulsive or obsessive when I find a new thing that I like. So for example, like in elementary school and middle school, when it was a video game, it's like a new game came out, like I would play the game nonstop all day, every day until I was like super sick of it.
Yeah.
Then let's say it's a different game came out and then that. Or then if I had friends over and we were playing basketball outside, it wasn't like we're going to play basketball for 15 minutes. We're going to play basketball for like 6.5 hours today, game after game after game after game like that.
Gotcha.
So there's probably a screw loose up there. And so then when I was introduced to music, it was the same thing. It's like, this shit's fun. It's cool to make beats. It was fun to like see the progress because when me and my group of friends started doing music, like we were so bad and we knew nothing that it was every few weeks we like learned one small new thing and it was like, bro, this is gonna be a game. Yeah. Now we don't have to, like when we first started recording, we didn't know about, and at the time there wasn't like software that existed to like record multiple tracks and stop.
Yeah, you had your grandma's camcorder, you know?
So it was like a one take type of thing of, we had a $10 computer mic plugged into the computer and we were using, back then it was called sound recorder. So basically you just hit record and then the computer mic, right? And then we put a Kleenex and taped it on the mic as like a pop filter.
No way.
And then we had a CD player and we would download beats and we would put the CD player close to the computer microphone so we could play the beats in the background and then we would be in the mic. So it was just a recording like that. Like that's how we first made music.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But then if there's 3 friends on a song and it's 3 minutes long and if the third person fucks up at the end, we have to redo the whole thing. Ooh. So that was our introduction to like recording music. So
but I bet you got good.
It made us get better faster. Mm-hmm. But then it was like, one of my friends, I think for Christmas, he got like a recorder that you could actually hit record and hit stop and it would like save it. Okay. And it was like, bro, imagine the music now. Like now we can stop and we can do this and we can do multiple. And it was like this huge unlock. And then it was small things like that over time because then we were like making our own beats. And we were using demo software, which meant like you couldn't save it and never go back to the project. So if you started a beat, you had to like start the beat, finish the beat, like export it, and there's no going back to like changing, editing, fixing anything.
That's it.
And I remember at one point we got like a bootleg version of it where it was the full version so you could actually save. But that was like a huge milestone in our career too. And it was like, bro, now we can go back to the beats, we can change things, we can fix. Because sometimes you would make a beat and then export it and then you'd put it on a CD back then and you'd listen to it and it's like, fuck, this is bad, this is bad, this is too loud or too quiet, but there's no going back and fixing it. So I think it was just the thing that pulled me in was I kept getting like quick wins, like quick dopamine. It was, we got a new piece of equipment. That unlocks all these things, super exciting.
Metaphorically to say, like, you know, when you get a job and you want to get a raise.
Yeah, it'd be like getting a 10-cent raise every 2 weeks at random.
Because you're learning and advancing.
Yes. Or you know, one time it might be $1.50 raise, and the next time it might be a 7-cent raise, and then the next time it might be a $4 raise, and the next time it might be a 80-cent raise.
Difference is a difference.
But like each time it was like, just a bigger unlock or a smaller unlock, but we kept having these unlocks every like 1 to 4 or 5 weeks. And I mean, that continued for me for probably 10, 15, 20, like still to this day right now, it doesn't stop. And so I think that's why I've been addicted to, and maybe in the beginning it was like music, but then it transpired to like not just music, like new things just kept revealing themselves. As in like the original plan was, I want to rap with my friends. But then it's like, in order to rap, we need beats to rap to. Somebody's got to learn how to make beats. So then it's like, I'll be the friend that learns how to make the beats. So then now I'm learning how to make beats, and then now my beats are getting a little bit better every, 5 beats or so. Yes. And so it just kept going and going and going. And then we had enough songs to do a CD. And then it's like, how do you come out with a CD? Oh, well, we could get maybe some equipment and like make some CDs and sell them at school. But then there's like a CD cover. Well, how the fuck do you do that? So then it's like, there's this thing called Photoshop. Well, who's gonna learn Photoshop? Then I was always that friend that was like,
so many ways,
so intrigued to solving the next problem. So like we ran into like the graphic design thing. I learned graphic design, and so I'm like, I'll design our covers. But then in order to design the cover, we need a picture of us. My mom has a camera. I'll figure out how to take the pictures and frame them the right way and then get it up.
He's hired.
Yeah, it was just one thing after another thing. And I mean, that's where I'm at now. Like, if I told you what the big project for the, like last week or this coming week, it's like, how the fuck is that the priority when this all started with I wanted to be a rapper? And like the thing right now is creating checklists and SOPs for a podcast producer so we can open up a podcast department at the studio. But how did we get here? It was just like this thing, then this thing, then this thing, then this thing, then this thing.
Everything built up to who you are to this day.
Yeah. And that's it's addictive.
Crazy. Yeah. One thing through this podcast career of mine is I've learned you don't learn without lessons. You don't learn without failure. You don't learn without like bluntness. If people are giving you the peachy side of the tree, like you're not going to become successful as the people that are getting the blunt side of the tree, because sometimes you need reinforcement to become successful. And so like me running this podcast, I've learned a lot of that. Like there's a lot of downs and ups, but it's, can you keep yourself going long enough?
I'd say another thing is I think it's perfectly fine to make mistakes, but try not to make the same mistake twice. Like if you can make that a habit that you have, you'll continue to grow and grow and grow and evolve faster than the next person.
I like that.
Like a motherfucker too. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and that was the thing that we were focusing on is perfectly fine. Because I think another thing that I've said is so many people are afraid of making mistakes and afraid of like failing and losing that they actually fail and lose by default because they don't even try. They don't give it enough effort to actually win.
It's like they're used to it.
Yeah.
You gotta make mistakes to learn.
For sure. For sure. And I think it's making mistakes fast, learning fast, improving, fixing it. Not that I look forward to when mistakes happen at the studio, but I'm aware that they happen. It's just I get excited to solve the problem permanently.
Yeah.
So for example, I mean, I could name a million different things, but like a thing happens, and in the past, I guess like the younger, less wise version of me is annoyed and irritated with why am I always putting out fires. Like,
Why am I that guy?
yeah, I'm supposed to be in my zone of genius, but I'm always like, this just happened. What do we do? Would this just happen? This just happened. Now I embrace them because it's like, I'm going to solve it forever. And this is like one less thing we ever have to worry about ever again.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I go that extra mile with solving problems or even if it's...
I most definitely say that.
Yeah.
I've been doing my research, like I said to you earlier when I was, like, when you were pulling in, is I do my research on you, and you're definitely that guy that puts the fire out.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I can see it throughout all your YouTube videos, all your posts.
Yeah.
You're that motivator, you're that I feel like you're that person that people go to for advice, which is always a great feeling.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people come to me for advice, you know, this podcast has made that a big thing for me. But I can definitely see that about you. I've done enough research to be able to almost read you in a sense.
Yeah.
He's basically a leader without being the leader. At the end of the day, like you'll be there to guide someone, but you're not going to always be there to hold their hand.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I don't think you mean to do it. I think it's just in you.
Thank you, man. I mean...
Gotcha.
Yeah. I questioned... Because I started getting into coaching around like 2020. Is it like it got to once you start, like I said, with my personal brand, once I started putting out educational content, and it was really it just came back to like my early days of wanting to be a rapper really helped me tremendously even today. And it's like, why? What do you mean? Well, If you if you think and move like a rapper, you move differently than other people in your field. So that applies to, okay, well, let's say we're talking about a barber. Barber versus barber. This is a good barber. This is a pretty good barber too. Or even let's say this is a great barber and this is a good barber. But if the good barber thinks and moves and operates like a rapper, there's this certain branding, marketing, how he positions himself, how his persona, his perception, he's going to out-market and brand the next guy. And so even if he's not as good, this barber's great, but he don't know how to brand himself, market himself. And he's like, oh, no, I'm just a barber. I just cut hair. But the other guy's like, no, I'm more than a barber. I'm a, the whole personality.
Out there doing all this.
Yeah. I'm going to show myself. I'm going to document my process. Like, where meanwhile, maybe the great barber is thinking to himself, man, no one cares about this. I'm just cutting hair, whatever. But the next guy's like, no, this is great. I'm him. It's that, I guess, that confidence that a rapper has. The rapper, they're broadcasting anything and everything that they do.
I feel
that. That's what helped me when I decided being the rapper wasn't for me. And that was around the time I was like 21, 22, 23-ish. And I was always doing the behind-the-scenes stuff. Like, when I was the rapper, I needed a producer to do my beats, an engineer to record and mix my music, a videographer to shoot and edit my videos.
Yourself?
Well, I did do it all myself. And I learned how to do it all myself. And I was making money from all of those behind-the-scenes stuff, but I was still poor. And then when I found out I was going to have my daughter when I was 23, it was like I could never find my voice as a rapper. And I decided, like, what I need to either get a job, because, like, money was... My phone would ring a lot sometimes, and my business would be good, and my phone would it'd slow down a lot. But I always was afraid of like throwing away the rap shit. Like it made me feel like I wasted so much time, energy, and effort, and just that time, energy, and effort. But it transferred over into everything else. It's like I think that's the like one of my key takeaways is you can only connect the dots looking back, not looking forward. Yeah. So at the time it felt like it was a big fucking deal for me to stop being a rapper when I was 23, because I had 16 albums, which is a lot of albums, the main thing that I wanted to do was that, like, I had hundreds of thousands of followers on MySpace at the time. Do you remember hearing about MySpace?
Oh yeah, MySpace. Oh yeah.
So it's like I'm the man on MySpace. I've done all these shows. I've accomplished all these things, and everyone that knows me as Cracka Lack the rapper. Yeah. So then now, if I'm not a rapper anymore, I just felt like, who am I? I'm gonna start from scratch. I'm throwing away all that shit like it's a waste. But again, you can't connect the dots. You can only connect the dots looking back. So looking back now, it's like, no, that made perfect sense, because then when I transferred over to being a producer, engineer, and a video guy, at the time, that was like my first transition from rapper to that, all the behind the scenes stuff. I out-marketed, out-branded, put out content. I started documenting, teaching, doing YouTube videos. Like, no one else at the time was really doing that shit. But like, what taught me to do that shit? Those 16 albums as a rapper, that dream of being a rapper, and then it carried over to this. And so now, being, I'm 37 now and running and growing a creative studio in Michigan, like, I have not seen in my life another studio owner that moves like me, that thinks like me, that markets like me, that brands like me, that does content like me.
I'm on my way. I'm coming for you.
So,
I always say it, Joe Rogan, I'm coming for you, Yeah. The #1 podcast in the world. Yeah, well, I'm the #1 Canadian podcast.
There you
coming
go.
for you. I always say it.
And Jake, I'm still waiting.
What, for a fight?
Yeah. They call him Jake Paul. Sorry, buddy, I don't know about that one.
Probably not, but I'm still waiting.
Call him out again right now. Maybe more people are watching this one.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Get the word out there, man. We've been doing this, we called out, I originally called out Logan Paul approximately like 6 months ago. And we got noticed through Impulsive, his podcast there. They liked and commented on our stuff, like, because I was like, Logan Paul, I'm coming for you. They commented on it, laughing faces and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So they see something.
Yeah.
I'm still going to put my pitch out there. Yeah. You might kick my ass, but you know what? I'm still there.
But yeah, no, we're basically just trying to get together to make some crazy content.
Yeah.
And, I have some crazy stuff. So like, we've been telling the people to subscribe and get us get the comments going and all that, so that we can get Jake Paul, Logan Paul to Canada, so we can show them kind of like the Canadian beef, what we're made out of, Because okay. I think they'll talk more than, like, they do a lot of stuff, and they are very successful entrepreneurs.
Oh,
like, look at them, right? Look at them. They've done great, but a lot of their stuff is like, hence when it comes to their fights, I think they're rigged.
Yeah.
But that's for another episode. That's for some crazy talks.
Yeah.
But I was just saying to you, your path and all that. What was the lowest moment, you would say, in your journey?
I would say one of the first lowest moments was when I was like, decided I wasn't gonna be a rapper anymore, because at the time that was like my world was. I guess if I were to, when they say like, put all your chips on the table, all of my chips on the table would be, I've done hundreds of shows as a rapper. I have hundreds of thousands of followers as a rapper. I have 16 albums. Everyone knows me as a rapper. Kind of like everything leading up to this day, all of my hard work is the guy that's a rapper. Mm-hmm. So to be like, I'm not gonna be a rapper anymore, it's like, holy shit, it was scary of like trying to be known for not being a rapper, but like making beats or having a studio or shooting videos. So that was the first lowest point. Then I would say, I guess in recent years, like last year, maybe biting off more than I can chew financially with, I opened up, so I had a studio for 11 years that was maybe like 500 square feet. It was just a music studio. Yeah. Just music studio, that was it. Well, then with music videos, I got booked in big cities, and it exposed me to these like production studios where, like, imagine if this whole downstairs was a podcast studio here, but then you have a backdrop over there for a photography area, then another room that's a music studio, and then another area that was like decorated really cool for videos and shit. So it's kind of like this whole creative playground, multiple studios all in one place. And I've seen some spots like that. And so wanting to open that, went from a 400 or 500 square foot studio to a 2,500 square foot studio about 2.5 years ago. And then, was able to adapt, keep that up, and then I expanded to getting like the place next door to me. So it's like another 1,100 square feet. But the overhead on that 500 square foot room compared to the overhead on a 2,500 square foot space and a 1,100 square foot space, and remodeling, because they were pieces of shit, empty. So it's like, build a bathroom, remodel this, build a booth, do flooring, paint, like.
It's never ending.
It was a lot of expenses, and I had a month last year, maybe around August or so, where it was like I had been late 2, 3, 4 days on rent before, and then like came up with it. I've been late maybe a week, maybe at most.
Been there multiple times.
Yeah.
You're not the only one.
Came up with it. This month, I think it was like the 18th of the month, and it was like I didn't see. I'm in business, so I know. Oh, next weekend I have this coming up, so there's money coming in. Or I can see my calendar, and like next week there's this.
So you can take risks.
Yes. Yeah. At this time, it was like I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like I don't have shit lined up. I have people interested in things, but they're big things that are 2 months from now, 3 months from now, a month from now. Like I don't really know a way to make some quick money right here, right now. Oh shit. Like, and so I reached out to certain people that were interested, and they were like, yeah, no, I'm still down, but like probably this winter or so. And I'm like, fuck. Yeah. And so I felt like I exhausted all the resources I had, and it's like, oh shit, the ship is sinking. And then, I've gotten a lot closer with my relationship with God. And so then to me, it was like, well, maybe this is a sign. Like maybe part of my journey, I was supposed to be humbled right now and have this studio that I'm building that's this big thing that I'm all in on, and have it fail. And maybe that failure is gonna like teach me a lesson and humble me. And the next thing is gonna be way bigger than what I could have imagined. So I was at peace with that. And granted, it was a whole emotional roller coaster that led to being there. But then fast forward, like one of our biggest clients, I basically put a Hail Mary out there saying publicly, like, the studio's closing out. And so when I put it out there, I had this little bit of hope that, like, maybe someone will see it. Maybe, they say you're not desperate until you've exhausted all of your resources, like every option, Yeah. And so I didn't want to call certain people on my phone and like ask to borrow money and so obviously I wasn't that desperate to do that. Yeah. But I thought maybe if I post something, maybe someone will see it. Somebody will call that may be on the fence of, I'm not asking for a handout, but maybe they're thinking about working with me for something, and they see the studio's closed, and maybe that'll be the thing that's like, hey man, I was thinking about doing this. I seen that you said the studio's closing. What's going on? Like, I want to help you out. And yeah, I got help. So I would say that was the...
So taking that risk, that chance.
I would say that level of vulnerability.
Yeah.
To like literally say this shit that, because a lot of people look up to me as a sign of hope, especially from like where we're from.
Yeah.
I would say there's no one that's done the vision that I have for the studio, being this whole one-stop shop full media thing. It doesn't exist yet. But then also even just like being a staple for Lansing of, someone that's been in the area, that's known, that's respected, that's building a place that people can come to, that people love to come to. And to have been doing that for like 20 years, and then to feel like, oh shit, it's coming to an end. And what's crazy is like kind of being at peace with it too, and like letting God, and then getting that text that's like, hey, what's going on? I want to help.
Yeah.
I love everything that you're doing for me. Would it help if I prepay for these next, for the rest of the year? This is a guy that was doing like social media content for on like a
You know
quarter.
you're doing something right. When
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. I love that. Well, key question, and this runs right into this, you started out as a rapper and a creator, and now you built your Crack House studio and your podcast.
Yeah.
How did you shift from creator to entrepreneur? When did that happen, and what did that journey teach you? If that's a good way to put that.
I mean, this has been a thing that I've made a living from since. I mean, the last time I had a job, I was 20, so I'm 37. So it's been 17 years since I've had a job. So this has been. I've been entrepreneur minded from the beginning. I guess in the beginning it was maybe like learning how to rap and make beats and finding interest in this, and then it's like, okay, I graduated high school, and now I guess once I graduated high school, I think that's when, all right, you're an adult, you're either going to college and getting a job somewhere, or basically you're either going to college and you're going to do a career somewhere, or you need to go get a job somewhere. And with me, I'm like, I don't want to do either. I like doing this music stuff. So then it forced me to start thinking like, okay, well, how can you do this music stuff and make a living
like
doing it?
An owner instead of a creator in a sense?
Yeah, I knew at the time it was a hobby, but then I guess with the pressure of parents and the pressure of being an 18-year-old and the pressure of everyone in your class is going to, it's like going around the room, what are you doing? Oh, I'm going to university of blah, 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 and I'm going to be
a rapper.
Yeah, and then me, it's just like, I want to be a rapper. It's like, damn, I felt like a loser. I felt dumb. So then I'm like, I don't want to feel like a loser. I want to feel smart about my decision, and I want to prove everyone wrong. How the fuck do I do that? Okay. Yeah. Here's a guy out there, and he's making money selling beats online. Okay, and then I just went down the rabbit hole of binging, obsessing with how do you sell beats online. And then I went from selling maybe a beat a month online to a beat a week to then a couple beats a day.
Gotcha. I like that. I love that. So when you kind of already said it, but because you're on point with this, but what changed your mindset when going like I want to get a little more into depth on the whole your mindset for you were a rapper and you wanted to become more than that in a sense, so why didn't you just pursue rapping? Why didn't you just keep on going with that?
It just wasn't meant to be. They say the hardest thing to do in music is find your voice. And I just couldn't find my voice. Like if I played you my first CD as a rapper, then you would have, like, it was a certain voice. And then I made a second CD and it sounded like a different person. Then I made a third CD and it sounded kind of like a different person. It was,
who's this guy?
like, it never happened, and so you would think, okay, do a few CDs and then you'll find your voice. It was like, I did 16, couldn't find my voice.
So you just couldn't find your flow in it, and then you just found something that you more had a rhythm with.
Yeah, I think I've always had a good level of self-awareness to where I was aware enough to know, because throughout all the 16 albums and rapping, I was still making beats and engineering, so I knew, okay, like right now, if I would play you one of those rap songs, I'd maybe be kind of insecure and looking over, like, are they nodding their head? Do they like it? Do they think of it? But if I played a beat I made, I could leave the room and know this is fucking good.
Yeah.
Period. And the same thing with like my mixing and stuff. So then when it was, okay, I keep giving it more time. Then eventually I had 16 albums. Then I found out, I'm going to have my daughter. And then I'm poor. And then I'm thinking about getting a job. And it's like, man, I have 16 CDs. Never found my voice. I need to get a job.
It's time to take a stand.
Well, yeah, it's like I'm good at the other stuff. What if I just put all of my time, energy, and effort to the other stuff? Then I don't have to get a job. I really just didn't want to get a job. Yeah. So then, like I say, I went from, because a lot of my free time throughout the week when I was a rapper would be like my rap career, and then on the side I would offer studio time to other people or sell some beats to some other people or like work on beats to sell on my website. But most of my time was, my main focus was I want to be a rapper. So then when I like removed that, I had all this extra time, and I put that extra time in just making more beats, learning how to sell more beats.
Used all the skills you learned throughout to advance other industries.
And it worked. I didn't have to get a job.
I love it.
I like kept making more money every single month from hustling
It's
beats and studio time and videos, and back then it was even like CD duplication.
It's a bitch to make money in this industry.
Yeah.
It really is. Unless you're doing things like promoting, making stickers, selling stickers. So like
A unique thing, yeah.
Yeah, you know, like merchandise, sponsorships, things like that. But it's been one thing with us too that's been very hard is an income with this industry. Yeah, it's like I've had all these thoughts go through my head. Is it worth it? Is it even worth it? Like if I didn't love this, I wouldn't be doing this right now. But I love this. I love being able to talk to people. Like last year, we flew someone all the way from Nova Scotia Nova Scotia to come on a podcast. And
Side note, where the fuck is Nova Scotia?
Halifax.
Yeah.
Side note, where the fuck is Halifax?
Oh, my wife was
I
out
think
here.
that way.
That's a good way of saying it.
St. John, New Brunswick. You heard of that?
Quebec.
Quebec.
Okay.
You know
Fuck.
Quebec?
Oh.
No? Oh, wow.
This is all Canada, I take
It's
it?
outside of Ontario.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
outside
Yeah,
of
it's
Ontario.
part of Canada, but Halifax is its own
Okay.
Yeah.
country, basically.
Yeah. That's crazy that you don't know that.
Yeah. Okay, do you know Grand Rapids?
No.
That's in Michigan, motherfucker.
Is it?
Do you know Port
You're
Huron?
on the same level. Call me out like that.
Do you know Jackson?
I don't Port Huron. That sounds familiar, but I know Port Dover.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I just started naming cities in Michigan.
Oh.
That's what I was doing.
Real tight, too.
Yeah.
Close to your town.
Yeah.
Port Dover's a city here in Ontario.
Is it?
Yeah, it's where all the bikers usually go for Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
It was just Friday the 13th.
Yeah, not usually in the wintertime, though.
Yeah.
More so in this when it's sunny, nice. All the bikers would show up in one spot.
That's always nice.
Pretty.
But yeah, like I was saying, with the whole like running this, and income's very difficult to even get a grip of in a sense. So, when it comes to shifting from being a rapper to business, do you trust people easily in your business? Like, was it easy to trust someone to prepay for something? Like, I know that comes off a little weird because you think it would be the other way, him trusting you, but you also have to put a lot of trust into this other person to be a business partners with them, right?
Say business partners or customers?
Customer. Like, a customer, for say. Do you trust people in business easily?
Yeah, yeah. With customers, I think it's mostly them trusting me, and that's just come from just having a strong brand and a reputation of being known for doing good business for a very long time with things. So, was it hard for people to trust me in the beginning? Not really, because it was all like word of mouth. Like the first customer I ever had, I was getting my hair cut at a barbershop, and then the barber was, small talking me while he's cutting my hair, and then asked me what I did, and I'm like, oh, I rap and produce, and I have a home studio. And then he's like, oh, I got a friend that raps. So like, the first, I guess, customer I had was referred by the barber, and so he was like the middleman. And then I remember the rapper came to my home studio, and I'm playing him beats, and he liked what he heard, and then I created this package for him that back then it was like $600, and he could get X amount of beats, X amount of studio time, and I would take his pictures, design his cover, and press up his CDs, and do some sort of video thing for him. It was a bunch of shit.
Only if it was still that much. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it'd probably be $60,000 today for the same package that I gave.
That's crazy.
For real. Real. Things have gone up.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But even this too, though, like, I don't think I said it right, but like when it comes to I'm sure you've probably worked with people before where it's like, worked for people and you've had to back out because you don't fully trust them. Have you ever been through that? Ever?
No.
Ever?
Or so,
I
or
worked
so-
with people. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, so more so the fact, like, have you ever got worried, like, someone's going to waste your time?
No, because, I mean, anything I've offered, like, I think in business, if you offer a service, you should assume worst case scenario, then you put your price out there. And so you're like signing up for what comes with that, if that makes sense. So there is no, like when I was offering studio time, and I remember when I first started, it was like $25 an hour. Like at $25 an hour, I was signing up for what if somebody comes and they're fucking terrible? Oh, well, it's $25 an hour. What if somebody comes and they're good? Oh, well. If anything, it would be before I had a website, like if I put somebody on my schedule and then they didn't show up, then it was like a waste of my time, I guess. But then that, like how I was saying in the beginning, I would run into problems and obsess with solving the problems permanently. So that happened to me enough where like somebody would schedule a session, let's say noon to 5, and then other people would hit me up during the week. Yo, can I get in the studio this week? And can I get it? I'm like, no, I'm booked up, right? And then let's say Saturday comes and that noon to 5 doesn't show up, and I'm like, bro, I told like 8 people I was sold out, booked today. You just cost me money, and that's when I'm like, I need a website where people go online and they prepay for my shit, so that way, if you don't show up, that's your loss, not mine. But I'm guaranteed. Yes, if I put you on my schedule, you have to pay to be on my schedule, so that way I'm not screwed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
Thinking like a businessman.
Well put.
Yeah, well
But I
put.
didn't know it in the beginning. Like it took me, how you said, learning lessons. It took me, I missed out on tens of thousands of dollars from not having a website, not having people prepay, and just saying, oh, you want a video? Okay, cool. What day do you want to do it? Sunday? All right, sweet. I'll see you Sunday.
Putting that trust in them.
Trusting them, and then Sunday coming, and then...
So
my bad.
I could have said it better the first time. I guess.
So it did happen to me a lot.
Yeah.
I think it happens the most when you're getting started. Okay, right now you have to have money. You have a home and everything. So like, how many hours a week do you work? What time do you go to work? What time do you get out? Okay, cool. Okay, well then you want to be around your kids. Well, what time makes the most sense for you to be around your kids?